first thing I want you to do right now, okay, right now, I want you to take a screenshot of this screen. You are going to need it. This is the template you're going to use to define who you want to do business with. Without a very defined or a well-defined template of who you want to do business with, nothing we'll be doing tonight will work effectively, because the goal of your strategy is not to be busy on social media. The goal of your strategy is to achieve your objective of using social media for your business, for your brand, or whatsoever purpose you're using it for. So it's very important that every activity you build from this moment onward is attached to your primary objective. If it's to sell, fine. If it is to build brand awareness, awesome. But please make sure that your strategy matches your objective. So the first thing you're going to look at is the age, the gender, the location. Some of us, our business are location specific, especially if you do cooked food, right? And other niches, your business, even real estate, may be location specific. Others, you are not restricted by location. So it means that you work virtually and you can a number of people. So you want to also take that into consideration. Then you also have the marital status of your ideal buyer. Very important that you're clear on these things, because it will affect what they pay attention to. So a 23-year-old fashionista will not behave like a 45-year-old fashionista. And I'll explain that in a bit. You also want to take a look at their economic status. Now, if you don't know these things, you can do a survey of your current customers. And if you don't yet have customers, you can do a survey of the market. Who are the typical customers in this market? And then try to classify them. So for example, will my target audience be civil servants? Will they be business people? Okay. Am I looking at the upwardly mobile people in society? Or am I looking at high-earned individuals? Or is it that my kind of offers don't restrict me? I can serve anybody. But believe me, if that is you, if the third option is you, you're getting something wrong. You cannot be designed for everybody. So it's very important that you define who you are targeting, all right? Then you also want to look at their psychographics. So we've talked about the demographics. You also want to look at their psychographics. This is where your hashtag magic comes in. So you want to know, what are these people interested in? You want to also understand their views and opinions on different societal issues like politics, like religion, right? Like girl rights and all of that. You want to be very clear about those things, because it's part of their primary and secondary interest, which is of course where your hashtag strategy will be built around. You also want to take note of their emotions. If you do not understand this particular point, please refer to the video, the free audit video. I talked about emotions and we did it practically there, because when you're writing copies or captions, you want to be able to attack the primary emotions that drive decision-making in your market. You also want to consider their frustrations. I mentioned that I'm going to be sharing with you the secrets of creating irresistible offers tonight. A lot of it ties around the emotions and the frustrations. So if you understand the frustrations of your target market, you will be able to design an offer for them that eliminates their frustration, right? And highlights the benefits. That's the best framework you can ever think about. Very important. You also want to look at their spending habits. So for example, if I am in fashion, right? If I'm in fashion and I sell high-end fashion, let's say I sell Aldo handbags, it means that certain people will be following the Aldo hashtags, right? So if I know that my target audience are high spenders and they buy exclusive items, luxury goods, I can use those hashtags to target them, all right? You also want to look at the accounts they follow. Where do they spend their time? You want to be sure of that, because here you would find branded hashtags that you can target. So for example, if you live in Africa, or if you live in Nigeria to be specific, I know there are a couple of us who are joining the session from outside Nigeria, but if you live in Nigeria, you would agree with me that when it comes to influencing in business, we have a few people that it just comes to mind when you think of that particular niche. The same thing will apply to any location, any region of the world. There are people who over time have built their influence to be able to attract a very large community of your target market. So it's important that you know these places or you know these accounts, because there are certain activities when it comes to boosting hashtags that you're going to be carrying out on those pages. Then, of course, you want to know what topics they track. People do follow hashtags. For example, if I am interested in fitness, there are a few hashtags I'll be following. I remember when I mentioned or posted a content piece about how to find high net worth individuals for real estate. And I made mention of a doctor who follows a lot of real estate hashtags. Now, what you want to understand is that people go through different phases when making their buying decision. So you want to be able to target them with different types of content, which is some of the things we'll be going through tonight, at the different stages of their buying process. So for the people who are at the awareness stage, what you need to do is showcase your expertise, showcase the fact that your products are top-notch, right? Some of us, we may have to get off the table of repurposing content from the internet. If you're going to get the know, like, and trust factor established in your brand, you want to be able to produce original content. There is room for repurposed content, but the most important thing is that you want to build trust when I see your content, especially if you are a product-based business. So you want to be able to know what kind of content that they would like to see at the awareness phase. Immediately after that, they will enter the consideration phase, and this is where they do comparisons. You also want to differentiate at that stage. So the kind of content you put out must flow with the seasons. Many of us, we just sell, 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 and that's why it has not been working. I'll share with you that truly social media operates with seasons, and every business must understand the season they are in. This particular webinar, for example, we had close to 160 registrations because I understood the season. And I'll tell you at the end of this session how we went about marketing it. I will explain that. So if you stay to the end of the session, that will be an extra bonus for you.